Well, this might end up being the shortest episode of this save so far. Hello and welcome to Season 14, Episode 5 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and as you could probably gather from the intro, there's a kerfuffle going on. We will have a look at recent form and stuff in a minute. Depending on how that meeting we looked at before goes, it might not be a live com today, because I might be about to get the sack. Right, the story from the beginning, 12th of January 2029. The takeover has gone through. A consortium led by Ensenada-based, where's Ensenada? Spain, maybe? Investor Miguel Alanes has successfully completed a takeover of Ipswich Town Football Club, replacing former chairman Adam Overson. Now, me and Adam didn't get on all the time. I may have said some things about him that I shouldn't have said at various times, but, you know, he plucked me out of League Two obscurity 8-9 seasons ago when I was at Exeter, gave me the chance at a championship club, and a few transfer issues aside, Joshua Emanuel, I can't stop saying Arendt, I love the man. He's generally supported me. He's let me spend crazy amounts of money. He's built us a new ground. So, you know, yes, we argued, but he was a supportive chairman. This new guy, Alanes, he goes on. The turmoil is unlikely to be over at Alf Ramsey Arena, however, with rumours that the new chairman will want to replace current manager Kevin Chapman. What? Club icon, Kevin Chapman. The guy who in the last 3 seasons has won the FA Cup twice, won the Europa League, finished second in the Premier League, 2 seasons in a row of Champions League football. That Kevin Chapman, the one who took Ipswich from the bottom half of the Championship and made them into one of the top teams in the country, a force in Europe. That Kevin Chapman, you're looking at replacing him? All right, carry on. According to Goal.com, Alanis has had strong business links with Spain in the past and is believed to want to install Unai Emery as the new Ipswich Town boss. Who? Oh, this guy who's at Southampton. Southampton must be doing well if he's in line to... 20th in the Premier League. Well, that must be a blip. Let's have a look at the rest of his illustrious career. So he was at Tottenham. Oh, hang on. They sacked him. He was at Leverkusen. He left after not finishing a Champions League position. Okay, no, he did manage he was sacked at Barcelona. But he was at Benfica. Oh, okay, he did all right there. But Spain sacked him. He resigned from Sevilla with nothing going on. He was at Spartak Moscow. But, I mean, look, he's been around for years. He's about 1,000 years old, 57 years old. He's been sacked more times than he's won a competition. And he's bottom of the Premier League. This is the guy that you want to replace me with. Right, well, it's safe to say, Miguel Alanes, you've got my backup. Let's see how this pans out, shall we? Oh, we get a personal message. Fantastic. Perhaps you'll say that those rumours in the media were nonsense. So, thanks me for my patience during what's undoubtedly been a stressful time for those involved with the club. Alanis informs me that money has been invested in developing the training ground and a further £44 million has been pumped into the club's coffers. Fantastic. We get some money to spend on players. Okay, this might not be all bad. As part of the takeover, a bank loan of £46 million... Hang on, you've taken out a loan? So you've not actually put any money into the club, you've just plunged us further into debt. Brilliant. Changing staff, who cares? Alanis has added that although it had been his intention to appoint a new manager following the takeover, he'll consider letting me keep my job and will inform me of his decision shortly. Oh, thank you, Miguel. You'll consider letting me keep my job. Oh, I feel really valued and looked after there. At this point, if it wasn't for the fact I've got a 3-year contract, I would be quitting. But, you know, Brian Clough rules. We've talked about them before. Not going to quit when I could get sacked. I mean, hold on. Let's do some quick maths. How much is my contract worth? So, I've got another... See, the realism mode is back on. Oh, he's got my backup, this man. So, I've got another 3 years of a contract at £56,000 a week, which is £3 million a season. So, £9 million I'm owed if you sack me. like I'm quitting. Let's go back. The story continues. So, we go through all this. Yeah, I applied for the Arsenal job and didn't get it. Let's not worry about that. That would have been sweet if I could have just resigned the next day. But they then upgraded the youth facilities. They spent, not the youth facilities, the training facilities. Spent £12 million on new training facilities, which is nice. And then eventually, somewhere around here, where is he? Oh, he's such a nice man because he's decided after we beat Crawley in the FA Cup that he's going to let me stick around. I mean, like I say, I really feel... here you go, another personal message from my big friend Miguel. So, new chairman Miguel Alanes has informed you that you'll be allowed to stay on as manager of Ipswich Town Football Club. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm allowed to stay involved. He's added that he's been impressed by the support of my management at the club and has been persuaded to allow me to remain in charge. Oh, you've been persuaded. That makes me feel so much better. So, they've lifted the transfer embargo. Brilliant. Presumably, that means I'm going to get some money to spend. Let's see how much money I've got. Oh no, that's just the money that I got from selling a few players. Brilliant. So I've got no money to spend. So I still can't buy another goalkeeper. So we've still got to have Stanek in goal. Right, okay. Brilliant. Oh, but you are spending £11.5 million on the training facilities. That's probably wiped us out. Oh no, we've got £50 million in the bank. Let's go on. So I had a press conference. Basically, somewhere in here somewhere, I asked the board for more money to spend on players, quite reasonably. Said, look, we're playing Ivan Stanek in goal. If you've not met him, go and watch my last video, because he's rubbish, and he's basically the reason we're not in the Champions League anymore. Kind of need to replace him. I don't need a lot. 10 million quid. We can bring in another goalkeeper. I'll sit down and quietly be allowed to carry on being manager of this club that I've completely rebuilt from top to bottom. He didn't like that, though. He said, nah. Okay. Well, you know, the fans quite like me. Go on. Nah. And it went on like that for a few minutes, and I basically said, look, I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry on with my job if you don't give me some money, because seriously, we're not going to finish in a Champions League position unless we can sign a new goalkeeper. And he just said, whatever. At that point, I could have resigned, but no, Brian Clough rules. I said, all right, I'll carry on. Immediately leaked it to the press. Obviously, you have to immediately leak it to the press. Which brings us to today and this meeting. Now, before we have this meeting, I'll just have a little rundown of how things have been going since you were last with me, because I've got a feeling this meeting's not going to go well. I'm about to get sacked. So we're going to do a little bit of a goodbye Ipswich, and if we manage to weasel some money out of them in this meeting and I continue in my job, then we'll just consider this a mid-season update, as 8 seasons at Ipswich update, and we'll go and play a live com. I might even edit all this out. Who knows? So, the last time you were with me, it was back here somewhere, wasn't it? We played Milan, got knocked out of the Champions League. League form has been iffy since then. We lost at Man United but beat Everton. We lost at Spurs and West Ham but beat West Brom and Southampton. Then we lost at Derby. But we have won in the third round of the FA Cup against Crawley. So that means at the moment the Premier League table looks like this. It's not particularly pretty. We're down in 7th place, but we're only 3 points away from Newcastle in 3rd place. Matt Lee is almost fit again, but we are playing Chelsea today. Or next, anyway. Tomorrow, I think it is. So, you know, there's ups and downs, and realistically, we will, if I stay, we'll finish in a Champions League position this season, whether or not I'm giving any money to spend. But it's a matter of principle, you know? And in the interest of full-on realism, if this happened to me in real life, and similar situations to this have happened to me in real life in the past, in real jobs, and I have walked, usually, well, always had a job to walk into, but, you know, I didn't have 9 million quid in the bank from being sacked, so I'm thinking, you know, I've got a nice house. I've paid off my Ipswich mansion. I don't need to work. I can afford to get sacked. Just sort of watch a bit of football, play a bit of golf through to the summer, and see what big jobs become available. I've got a pedigree now. I'm a well-respected manager. I'm getting interviews at the likes of Man City and Arsenal. So I'll, in theory, be able to get a decent job. So let's have this meeting, shall we? So we're responding. I could see if I refuse, they'll just sack me straight away. But I'm not going to refuse. Let's see what they've got to say. You're unhappy that I went to the media to... yeah, well, no, I'm not sorry. I was disappointed the request wasn't granted. I hope the general reaction would have convinced you that, oh, yeah, I like that one. Yeah, you made the wrong decision. We don't see this as a valid reason and want to know why we shouldn't fire you. My record. I've done so. No, I'm not going to beg. The last thing. No, yeah. Oh, upheaval. I like that. I don't know who you're going to bring in who's better. If you sack me, one unhappy dressing room. If you sack me now, the fans won't be happy and will put you under pressure. Yeah, the fans love me. I'm an icon. The fans will get over you leaving the club, so we've decided to fire you. We wish you all the best in the future and regret it has come to you having to leave the club. So there we go. I've been sacked by Ipswich. Ipswich Town chairman Miguel Alanes has today announced the departure of Kevin Chapman. Chapman was summoned to an emergency board meeting and the discussions have resulted in his departure. Just to underline, in my time at Ipswich Town, we have won. We finished runners-up in the Championship, 6 years ago now. We've won the FA Cup twice. We've won the Community Shield. We've won the Europa League. We've won the UEFA Super Cup. We finished runners-up in the Premier League. And we're only 3 points away from third place in the Premier League right now. This is a club who, when I arrived, were bottom half of the Championship. And they've sacked me. That is ridiculous. We'll change the subscriptions. Mass exodus. Who's walked with me? These are my boys. Look, Jamie Clapham, Paul Robinson, Kevin Nolan, Jolyon Lescott. They're my crew. They've come with me. And I guess I need to see what jobs are available. I don't know that I was necessarily expecting it to come to that. I would like to think the fans are in absolute uproar. But I guess there's no way for me to actually see that now I'm not part of the club anymore. So what jobs are currently available? So manager jobs currently available. Shall I go to Accrington Stanley? Shall I go back down to Altrincham in the Conference North? Right, we've got Ipswich, Derby and West Brom. Ipswich, that's where I was. So we've got Derby and West Brom. No, not interested in either of them. So, it's holiday time. When I'm back for tomorrow's episode, it will either be me announcing the new club that I've joined, or it'll be 3 years into the future. My 9 million quid will be gone, and I'll be rebuilding from the Conference North. Rest assured, the series does not end here. I am only... How old am I now? How do I see how old I am? I'm 46 years old, so I've got a good 20 seasons left in me yet. This story is far from over. The Ipswich chapter has come to an end, though. And to be honest, in a really stupid way, and it's all their fault, but I'm loaded, and I'm going to go on holiday for a few months and apply for some jobs. If you've enjoyed today's video, I know it's been a little bit different. We've not had a live con, but hopefully, story-wise, it's been worth watching. So if you've enjoyed it, pop a like on there for me. If you've enjoyed the Ipswich story, it's been 8 or 9 seasons, lots of success. If you've enjoyed Ipswich, please pop a like on that. It'd be good to get this one up to 100 likes. It would just make me feel a little bit more vindicated in my decision. Let me know in the comments whether I was right or wrong. What would you have done? Would you have left? Would you have stayed? And subscribe to the channel because you're going to want to find out where I end up, hopefully tomorrow, or else this could all completely backfire. Thank you very much for watching.